Hey, Michael with XForcePC. I always like to preface when I show you something on Prepared or Prepare3D that we still recommend X-Plane as our preferred flight simulator. Now, when you're running running Prepared, sometimes when you're moving your view around in the cockpit using the hat switch on the yoke, it can move too fast and be too sensitive, so that when you're trying to set up your 210-degree view, you can't get it dialed in right, because every time you move it on the hat switch, it jumps so far that you're sitting here trying to just barely touch the hat switch just to get the thing right. Well, you could just slow the hat switch down a bit. So the way you do that is kind of buried and hidden, but what you do is you open up your Explorer, open up an Explorer window, Windows Explorer, not Internet Explorer, and you go to your C drive and go to Users. And then under Users, you have to find your user ID. If your name's Bob, it might be Bob. If it was a generic computer like this one, it may be Owner. But whatever ID you're logging in as, you go into that one. I'm Owner. Then go to App Data, Roaming, Lockheed Martin, P3D, and then you'll find cameras.cfg. You open that one up. All right, and you scroll down until you find this pitch pan rate, heading pan rate. So pitch pan rate is how fast it will move up and down. I'm going to go from 30 to 10. I want to slow it down a lot. And then on my heading pan rate, I'm going to go down to from 75 to 30. And then I'm going to save that. Now, a couple of things you can do ahead of time if you're nervous about this. You can make a backup copy of your cameras.config. You can hit copy and then just right click and paste it onto the desktop. That way, if you screw it up, you can always go back and put it back in there. So do keep that in mind. And another thing is you won't see these folders sometimes if you don't have it set up to show hidden files and folders. Now, I normally, when I build a computer, set it up that way, but if you've reloaded Windows or whatever, you may not. So that's under View Options. And then under the View tab, you want to show hidden files and folders and drives, and you want to uncheck Hide Extensions for known file types. And the program I used to open up this file, by the way, was Notepad. When you first come in here, it probably won't be associated with any kind of program. So you right-click and choose Open With, and then under More Apps, you choose Notepad. Notepad will be down here somewhere, but I've already made it my default program. But Notepad is what you want.